Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel Talks with Lovelyn. And on today's episode, we are not discussing anything today. We are just going to be taking our questions, some of the questions you all dropped, and giving answers. Not like it's a generally acceptable answer, but what I feel like that should be, that is what I'm giving. And I'm open to collect corrections. I'm open to receive corrections, and although because we are all learning, okay, I might give something and it's not in place, please correct me because I'm still learning, and do it well. It should be like a constructive criticism. You get what I mean, right? Yeah. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into these few questions. So this first question is coming from one of my videos, anxiety. So if you know you've not seen that video, you can go now, quickly see the video, still drop your opinions or your question, whichever, and then you can come back to this particular question so that you can give your own answer too. You get? So the question says, do you think anxiety can ever be completely cured, or is it more about learning to live with it? So I'm throwing it to you. Do you think anxiety can be completely cured, or it's more about learning how to live with it? Okay, when you have your answers, just drop it on the comment section. So personally, I feel like anxiety can be totally overcome. I don't understand what this particular person means by cured, but I know that a person can overcome anxiety. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying because I have overcome anxiety I'm not allowed to feel anxious, or my nerves are not allowed to rush or run. You get what I'm saying? You see, when you are in a situation where it's like, okay, what's happening, or you are put in suspense, I want to know what's happening, at that particular time you will feel a bit anxious, which is very normal. Now, when I'm talking about overcoming anxiety, it's that kind of anxiety that a person have, and that person is feeling very discouraged to do things that he or she is supposed to do. Anxiety can literally bring people down. Anxiety can make people not being able to achieve what they are meant to achieve. I mean, why will somebody be feeling anxious, and this thing I'm supposed to do it, and when I do this, I'm making a name for myself and my family, and the society at large, a good name. And because the person is anxious, is having an anxiety disorder or something, he leaves it or she leaves it to end up regretting later on. That is the kind of anxiety I'm talking about, that it can be overcome. Trust me, it's easier said than done. Overcoming anxiety or depression, whatever it may be, it's actually very difficult. Anything that has to do with your mental ability to achieve something, it's not always easy. So it's easier for a person to come and tell you, oh, and it's not anxiety, it's very easy. But you see the work you have to put in it and everything, you have to follow it up. And if you're one that is struggling with anxiety, please go and see my video, because I think I mentioned few things there to help us. So you should go and see that video. Okay, so when it gets to this, oh, can it be completely cured, I feel like it can be overcome. I feel like it can be completely overcome. But even while one has overcome anxiety, it still comes once in a while. Maybe in a gathering, imagine me going out to speak in a crowd of people, how like let's say 500 persons in that place, and this is my very first time. It's like a one-time opportunity I have to stand with a microphone and speak to these people. I'm telling you, in as much as I have overcome anxiety, I'm telling you, I will still feel very nervous. I will still feel anxious. The anxiety of, oh, will I speak well? Oh, these people say, oh, I don't want to go there and mess up. It still comes. But in as much as I'm not allowing that anxiety to weigh me down, as it comes like that, I will not be like, oh, I can't do this, and then I go home, or I just go and sit at the back. And no, I can overcome it. You too can overcome it. In as much as I overcome that particular thing, then it can be completely overcome. But still be in mind that it comes once in a while. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Okay, this question is coming from I made a video about unpopular opinions, and a whole lot of things were said. So this question is coming from one of the points I made there. So if you've not seen that video on popular opinions, please go and see that video. Drop your own unpopular opinion, drop your thoughts and questions too. You get? So let's dive right into question number 2. So this person said, okay, in a situation where the woman earns more than the husband, what happens? Are you saying that the husband must be a sole provider in the family? Okay, this question is very tricky. Okay, I think I mentioned the man being the sole provider in the home, and women should not take that away, something like that. Okay, first of all, for this question, I'm not married. I have not started rationing my earning with my husband's earning, so I might really not know how to answer this question, but I'll try my best to put it in my own best knowledge. Okay, I'm still open for correction, but I will say what I have to say. So permit me to say this. Biblically, the man is the sole provider. When I mean provider, you say financially rather, physically, spiritually, everything. He's the sole provider. Now, in a situation where it's like, okay, the woman is earning more than her husband, or in a situation where it's like, okay, the woman is like the breadwinner for the time being, where the husband lost his job or he can't do anything to make ends meet and all. Am I saying the man is still the sole provider? Yes. Hold on. Just understand me, okay? So the original plan in creation, I will still draw back to creation. I don't care what the society is saying right now. I'm sticking with what God originally had for the world. I'm sticking with God's plan forever, today, tomorrow, forever. Okay? So the original plan of God, after he had created man, he created the woman as a help meet, right? Oh, it is not good for this man to be alone. Oh, let me create a companion for him. That was the primary purpose, a companion, and to be a helpmate. Now, if in a situation you are married to your husband, like I said earlier, I can't relate because I'm not married, okay? So if in a situation you're married to your husband and probably, you know how life can get, and he is not well to do at the moment, and you as the woman, as the wife, you are able to provide, you're working and you're like the breadwinner, it's very okay. It is very okay. That does not stop, how will I put it, that does not limit or stop the man from being the sole provider. No, that does not. Remember, so many of you will come for me for this. Remember, as a woman, you are only a helpmate to the man. I say that, yes. Yeah, that is God's plan. No, see, that is, I get the society is now turning something else and everybody is becoming independent, which is a very good thing. But when you are married and you are under your husband, because you are definitely under your husband, you are just a help to him. Now, don't get me wrong. A help in the sense that the man cannot do without you. Yes, man, I said what I said. A help in the sense that, okay, when he needs spiritual backing, I'm there. When he needs emotional backing, I'm there. When he needs financial backing, I'm there. When he needs physical backing, I'm there. That is what we are meant to do. And believe it or not, it may seem so belittling, but it is actually a higher, I don't know, it is kind of God placed us above the men, but putting us below. I don't know if you are understanding what I'm trying to say. God placed us in a way that, okay, the men cannot do without us, but we still have to be underneath them. Yeah, that is just the simple truth. That is just the simple truth. In as much as I'll be forever under a man, I still have that mentality that, okay, a man, especially when I get married, he cannot do without me. Because if the man can do without the woman, God wouldn't have created a woman. Yes, I said it. If the man could do without a woman, God would have created a woman. Okay, but then again, back to the question, because I'm providing does not take that position away from my husband. I'm not married though, I'm just using that as an instance. Because I'm providing, because I'm working, I'm making ends meet, and I'm the one that literally buys the whole stuff, pay the children's school fees and all, that does not take that position away from the man. Except you got married to a useless man. That's just the truth, because so many women are doing this because their husbands feel very lazy to go out to look for job, to look for work, and they feel very relaxed to just sit at home, to drink and eat their wife money. See, let me tell you, a true man that knows what responsibility is will be very uncomfortable when he sees his wife doing what he's supposed to do. He will be very, very, very uncomfortable when he sees his wife doing what he's supposed to do. Then that now shows you that, okay, he's still the man, and that ego is still there, that pride, that natural pride is still there. Okay, I don't know if I've answered this question, and I don't know how best to put it, but to my own understanding, I still feel like the man is the sole provider. Whether the woman is earning more, whether she's the one providing for the family at the time being, the man is still the provider, except, I'm still putting that clause there, except you're married to a useless man. Some people are married to, I'm very sorry, but that's the truth. Some people are married to useless men. When I mean useless, I already explained that they are not even useful to them, to their own selves, to themselves rather, not to talk of being useful to their wife and to their children. So I think I'm done with that. I can't dwell much on that because I'm not married again. So over to the next question. All right, this is the last question on my list, and I'm still open to receive questions. Please, let's send in our questions. I cannot get tired of answering questions, so please let's send in our questions. So this person say, how do you distinguish between abstinence as a conscious choice versus abstinence due to fear, shame, or pressure? Okay, this is a beautiful question. This question is coming from one of my videos, abstinence. It's coming from one of my videos, abstinence. So if you've not seen that video, go and see that video. I promise you, you're going to learn a whole lot from it. So how do we distinguish between abstinence as a choice and abstinence due to fear, shame, or pressure. First of all, I don't understand what this person mean by abstinence due to fear, shame, or pressure. I've been trying to paint a scenario in my head. I've been trying to, think of something that is quite related. Abstinence due to fear, or abstinence due to shame, or peer pressure. I can't, I don't know, but all I can say is abstinence is a choice. So if you're asking how do we distinguish abstinence as a choice or abstinence due to fear, shame, or whatever, it is still that person's choice. Because whether due to fear, shame, or peer pressure, that person might still choose not to abstain. But if that person chooses to abstain, that's his choice, that's her choice. Okay, let me use this example. Okay, let's say a 14-year-old girl got pregnant out of wedlock, unwanted pregnancy per se. And because of the whole shame and stigmatization in the society, she decided that, oh, I'm never going to have sex again until I get married. She decided that, oh, no, I can't do this again. I can't go through this again until I get married. Because of the shame and stigmatization, right? Now, that's a choice she had to make for herself. Remember, it is a choice. And it is still due to the shame. But she chose that she was going to abstain from it. You will still see other people that same age that will still go through that whole shame and whatever, and they will still continue doing what they are doing. In fact, this time around, they will start doing it openly. That is still their choice. That is exactly what I mean by abstinence is a choice. Whether it's due to fear, whether it's due to peer pressure, whether it's due to what else, shame, whatever is pushing the abstinence, it is still a choice. Knowing that the person still have a choice not to abstain, but he chose to abstain from whatever it may be. I don't know if I've answered the question correctly. That's like the simplest way I can answer the question. If you feel like, okay, I did not answer right, or I'm missing out on something, this is an open space. Okay, this is an open space. You can still drop your own opinion. You can still correct me, because I'm open to learning any day, anytime. I'm receptive to correction. All right, so you can still correct me. You can drop your own opinion, what you think, if I'm not answering the question right, because I'm not even sure I'm answering the question right. I'm just telling you what is in my mind, what I feel like, or what I think is the right thing. Okay, we are learning together so that I don't mislead you and mislead myself too. Okay, so we've come to an end of this question and answer section. It was an interesting one. I really love the question. Please, you should keep the questions coming. Keep it coming. Rack your head. Any question you could think of, just drop it. Okay. And yes, your opinions too, corrections. Like I said earlier, this is an open space. I'm not the only person learning, and you too, you're not the only person learning. We are so many that are learning from this space. So please, anything you have to say that is educating, whether spiritually, physically, financially, health wise, whatever, business wise, we are going to learn from it. Drop it. All right, or you can better still, you can drop it on my TikTok handle, my IG handle. You can message me on IG or on Facebook or on TikTok. My handles will be in the description below. So let's go through it. Drop your messages, drop your questions in the comment section, and yeah, I'll give answers to them. All right, so don't forget to like, don't forget to share, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on these videos. See you in my next video. Bye.